Welcome to the Arnold UK. We are at the Arnold Sports Festival in Birmingham, UK. My name is Joe Whiteley. I'm here with Lewis Kitely-Smith, part of the British coaching team. Welcome to the commentary booth today.
Thank you, Joe, very much. Nice to be
here. We
here.
have classic powerlifting here for you today. We saw some world records fall yesterday on the equipped stage, but we have classic, otherwise known as raw powerlifting for you today. We are on the Rogue A7 stage. This is a joint IPF and EPF production, so we are sponsored by SBD, Ileco, Rogue and A7. We've got about a minute to go before we are ready to start, so just a quick run through of who's lifting today and the running order. We have Valentin Frouchard from France, we have Clément Goudin, also from France, we have Thomas Zabliski, Guillaume Parisot. As you said earlier today, Lewis, we've got GB versus France today. And then we have Christian Ayandurkun, Dylan Nelson, Adam Fulat, Jurins Kengamu, Rakande Foufal and Abdul Majid Suleiman, otherwise known as Mo. He joined us in the commentary booth yesterday. And we should see a really close battle today. I think the smart money's on head-to-head with Jurins and Mo.
Absolutely. I think there's been a few dropouts through injuries. We've obviously got quite a lot of the France team. Chance Mitchell, obviously, a big one from the US, and then also a couple of the Cameroonians and Ivory Coast lifters that haven't turned up. So it's going to be an interesting one. It'll definitely be one to see what records are going to be broken today. And yeah.
Okay, so we are lifting with the competition today scored on GL points rather than being the maximum weight lifted within a weight class. So everyone obviously has weighed in within a weight class because world records are on offer today, as well as a cash money prize pot. I think it's €3,000 for first place, €1,500 for second, and €1,000 for third. And we are underway. We have Valentin Frouchard, he's opening with 210.
So Frouchard weighed in at 66.32 with his opener of 210, so let's see how this moves.
Nice, easy opener there.
Just waiting for the lights, and 3 white lights for that one.
So the angle we have for the squats, the upwards angle, it's quite a high stage today, so it's quite difficult from the front to call the depth because the camera is looking upwards. So yesterday it was catching me out a lot because you usually get a straight on view, but the camera is looking upwards, so just be aware of that when you're looking for depth on the squat. Next out is going to be Clément Goudin, France, for 237.5. So
Clément also weighed at 92.83 within the 93 kilo class. Obviously we're not going off classes here. So see how his opener moves. Nominated squat of 255, so well below his best.
Hasn't lifted internationally yet this year, so this will be his first one. Did the Western Euros last year. Current best is 260, so this should be well within his wheelhouse. Slow and steady, great positioning.
And that's 3 white lights. Opener on the board. So next up we've got another lifter from France. Thomas opening with 240. Soon he'll be followed by Christian with 255.
So here comes Thomas Zabliski for 240.
I think this is just below his nominated squat, 2.5.
He is still a junior.
Very
that
fast.
was easy.
And number 3 white lights.
Okay, next out we have Guillaume Parisot, France, for 250.
Bar is loaded, 250 kilos, Guillaume Parisot, France.
10 kilo below his nominated squat. Personal best 275, so well in range.
I think this might be his last year in the juniors. Need to keep an eye on those junior records as well. Very low bar position. That's a good lift for him.
See that quite a lot from the French lifters at the moment. Low bar position, quite lent forward.
Yeah, usually a lot of the ladies have a very narrow stance though, and he certainly didn't have that. We do see that from the British women's team, that very toes forward, narrow stance squat. Seems to be becoming more popular. Well, you see the success that the French team are having with it. It's hard to see why.
Get a lot of power out of the quads with that.
Christian Ayandokun from GB, first British lifter out, and he's opening with 255.
Christian's squats have been moving very well lately in training, also past comps. Let's see how this one goes. Very nice.
That was super easy. But that's how you want your opener to look, right?
Yeah,
You don't want to be using up too much energy. You don't want any drama at all. Just get a nice, easy one on the board, and then you can figure out what's going on.
I think we'll be seeing at least 280 plus from Christian today.
He's been quite busy this year. Did the British, the All England, and the A7 Fit Expo up in Liverpool. But we have the one and only Dylan Nelson coming out next with the same weight, 255.
See how hyped he gets for his opener.
You know, that is almost a sleep for Dylan. Yeah, I think he's our biggest hype lifter. Squeezed into the 74 kilo class once more.
What the referees think. 3 white lights.
That's a good lift. So you thought the same as me, because we're looking upwards. It
Yeah.
seemed like maybe it was a little bit borderline, but if we see that back from the side,
It looks
you see
absolutely
that that's,
fine.
yeah, it's really sunk in.
We're at least 5 feet below the stage. We can't really get a good angle on it, but Dylan's currently the British squat record holder as well, 280.5. So
Took silver at the World Championships.
He did, yep.
Yeah, had a good crack at the world record as well.
So next up we've got Adam with 272.5, come all the way from Dubai. That's where he lives and trains and works.
Current best 287.5. So this isn't a million miles away from his personal best.
Very
Depth
deep.
for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, training must have been going well.
And he's quite a quick lifter, sends down quite fast. It seemed to be what he was doing at the World Classic this year and also the British men's.
Just seemed a little bit loose at the right at the bottom of the squat though. Next out, Jurin's Kangamu, 275. Now we have Abdul Majisle. We have Mo at the top of the UK rankings at the minute on GL points, with Jurin's in 3rd place. Now, I think the smart money is on a real head-to-head battle with Jurin's and Mo. They on projected openers, Jurin's is a little ahead, but we know Mo's got that deadlift.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll see some big jumps in his deadlift as well. Jurin's training's been looking quite nicely. I think he doubled 290, trains at home in his garage by himself, so should be well within his reach. Good depth.
Yeah, that looked great. Now I understand that we should be seeing bigger things from Jurin's. I think his training's been going very well. His personal situation has improved somewhat, and we're expecting for him to absolutely knock his current best out of the park today. So next up we have Rakande Forfal from France for 290.
Being handled by Panna, who I think picked up a little bit of a back injury, so he had to pull out of today.
Yeah, unfortunately Panna's not lifting himself, but he's here with his team. Now I don't think we've seen Forfal on the international stage before. But he's coming out with one of the biggest openers. Oh no, I'm not sure about depth there.
Moved well enough, but
he seemed a little nervous of it, and I think that's why he just cut it a little bit short. As you say, the weight moved well. He's very much capable of it.
It's almost like tempoed it down a little bit to control that bar.
Yeah. You do find if when lifters are a little bit nervous, they it's a subconsciously they cut the depth slightly.
Next up we've got Mo 295. Best of 322.5, so we can expect to see a big jump after this move as well.
This is the top ranked lifter in the UK right now. Took the bronze overall out in South Africa at the World Championships. He took a cheeky bronze on bench as well. You
For someone with such long arms.
Deadlifters very often. And did he take the gold or the silver in deadlift?
I think he got the gold in the deadlift.
I think it was.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
372.5.
Yeah. Nice.
That looked good.
Now, out of the two of them, I would have said that Jurin's squat moved better.
Yep.
So
20 kilo lighter, but we'll see how it adds
so
up.
we might see some different jumps. I can already see Dylan's put the British record in. Wait, hang on.
No.
No, that can't be. Because you can't chip a British record.
So the British squat record is 280.5. Dylan's got 271 in. We're not too sure what's going on there. Just going to get some clarity on Dylan's second attempt. The next up we've got Rashad, 220. Opener moved very well.
Okay, so I have good authority that you could chip a European record at this competition, and Dylan is going to be going for that. Yeah, it's his own record. Anyway, we have on the platform right now Valentin Frouchard for 220. Wow, that's tough, and he's got it to the top, but what do you think about depth?
Don't know, it's hard to tell from here. Oh, 3 white lights, there you go, question answered.
This is again, I keep saying that you can't tell depth from looking upwards, and I keep trying to do it myself. Yeah, you can see it sinks in really.
You can see that little bottom bit where the hips drop down below, where the hamstrings come through into the calves.
So that was a good lift for him, but you have to wonder how much he's got left now.
What do you think, another 2.5?
I don't know if I'd cut my losses and start warming my bench up, to be honest.
It's going to be a quick competition. There's only 10 lifters here.
Yeah. Next out, Clément Goudin for 250.
Just eyeing up the bar, getting himself set.
So I'm not sure.
He's asking for it lower, or?
No, the rule is if the athletes change their mind about what the rack height they want, then that comes out of their own time. But if the platform crew make a mistake, the clock gets reset. And I can see the clock's been reset, so that must have been a platform error.
Just refocus himself now for the second attempt. Sometimes it can be off-putting, but we'll see what he's made of.
It can be. It throws you off, don't you? You're standing there waiting, you can see the bar, and really, as a lifter, that's all you can see, and that's all you're going for, so it can really throw you. But it's part of the game, these things happen.
Yep. Plan for these externals. Depth look good from here.
Yep.
And 3 white lights from him. So yeah, Frouchard jumped up 2.5 to 222.5 for the squat after that 222nd attempt.
I think that's the most.
Yeah. See if he comes out for it or not, or saves that energy for his bench and his deadlifts later on. Sometimes you see that if they're a bit more of a deadlift specialist than they are squats, pushing that squat can tank your energy a little bit for those deadlifts.
Thomas Zabliski, 252.5. A little bit shaky. Strength seemed to be no issue.
3 white lights. That took Zabliski up to 5th place. Well, I'm looking at projected openers right now, so it's a bit early to be handing out the medals, but we're just going to keep an eye on those projected totals as we go through. I'm sure we're going to see some big jumps in the deadlifts. Looking at Christian's opener, 302 and Mo at 325. They'll be jumping up at least 40-50 kilo.
Guillaume Parisot next from France. Opener 250, gone all the way up to 262.5. He is currently projected in 3rd place.
Got that very low bar position, just waiting for the start command. Oh.
Yeah, so low.
I don't know whether he was trying to force his torso up a bit more with...
Yeah, he wasn't getting the side referees weren't putting their arms down. They were indicating he was too leant over. And that was a fragile position.
Yeah. And the more upright you're going to be, it's going to slip down.
So even though he didn't get the start command, he timed out, you know, that's it.
You can see on the replay then when he went to brace up, try and be a bit more upright, that bar is just going to slip.
Yeah, that's not a it is a risk with the very low bar position. I notice even Dylan has moved a little bit up his back. He used to be super
Very
low.
yeah, super low.
And quite often he couldn't get back in the rack with it. It was so
Yeah,
low. So.
and he used to get people taking back in for it. And
Yeah.
training on your own, that can be a bit of a nightmare if you've got 270 on your back.
Absolutely. So I know that his position is a bit less extreme than it was.
We do always obviously encourage lifters to stay with the bar. If it rolls off your shoulders, there's not much you can do.
I think we saw this at the World Juniors with some of the French lifters as well. They'll get long start commands from being quite lent over with a very low bar position. So I suppose it is a risk you're going to take with that sort of starting position.
Okay, I think we're going to need to sort Chris out.
Next out we have Christian Ayendokan from Great Britain. He's gone up to 270 from his 255 opener.
Nelson, Kulak, Ngalu, Valfil, and Suleda.
Christian is known online as Mr. RPE7, so I'm sure we'll see this move just as quick as his opener.
70 kilos, Christian Ayendokan, Great Britain.
Well, hopefully he will at least try.
Very nice.
Nice.
I think we'll see probably 280 knowing him jump up 10 kilo.
So that's moved him up to 4th place.
271 on the bar now for Dylan Nelson. This is successful.
So Dylan Nelson is out next. He's going to attempt to move along his own European squat record.
Mr. Dylan Nelson.
I think the 270 record is what he opened with in South Africa at Worlds.
Could fail his third, was it his third he failed? In South Africa?
Second and third.
Second and third, yeah. Come back for vengeance today then. Still 9.5 kilo below his British record, which I think he got at the British this year, wasn't? Was that right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did 273
in
at the
March.
British men's.
That 280.5.
Oh, 280.5,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. 273 for the second. Should have a better memory, I refereed it. Well, here it comes, here it comes.
Hyping that crowd up.
Here comes a swole shading.
He looks confident.
And it's slow, but he's a grinder.
Let's see those lights.
3 white lights.
That's a new European record for Dylan Nelson.
Away, sunshine. Good work. 285 on the bar now for Adam Kulak.
How much do you think he'll go up for his third?
Ngalu, Valfil, and Suleda.
That looked tough to me. I don't think he's got too much more there. He may want to try and push up his British record, but I think it'll be a touch and go.
Yeah, it's a bit of a jump, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Be another 10 kilo on top of that.
Oswald, 285 kilos, Adam Kulak, Great Britain.
Adam Fullert is out next for 285. He's gone up 12.5.
So 2.5 below his best. Hoping to look good to see how this goes. A little bit of a sticking point.
But he drove through it. He's certainly looking very strong.
He got those 3 whites.
That moved him up to 3rd place at the moment, with the front runners still to squat. We have Jurin's Kangaroo coming out next.
17.5, up from his opener.
292.5 on the bar.
Did he try to be pushing that 300 kilo squat today?
Current best is 295.5, so I presume that is the British record. It is, yeah.
Yeah, British Open record. He's a very focused lifter, Jurin's. Doesn't really show it out externally, but you can tell he's in his head, he's trying to get in that zone.
Nice.
That looked good.
That's really nice.
3 white lights. I think we'll be seeing a new 83 squat record today.
Well, yeah, that
British
looked
anyway.
great. Now we have an interesting situation. We have Akande Forfal. He failed 290 on depth. He was quite high.
He jumped up 7.5 for his second anyway.
So it's quite interesting when you haven't got anything on the board and you choose to go up.
It's a bit of a risk, but it looked comfortable. It's just whether that extra 7.5 kilo will make him squat a little bit lower. But he looks hyped up. He looks ready for it.
He does. He just needs to sink it a little bit further. As you say, the weight was no issue for him, but he was a decent chunk above depth.
I believe is this a personal best for him?
His current best is 292.5, so yeah. That's. I'd say this is risky. It's a risky move to fail your opener and then come out for a PB. But let's hope it goes well for him.
I'm sure we're going to be proved wrong. Lots of encouragement from the panel, his coach on the side.
I'm still maintaining that it's risky. Here we go. Better.
It looked better from our view. What the referees think.
Was it good enough? And
3
he's
whites.
on the board.
So we got 2-1 last time, so I don't know whether his left hip sits a little bit higher than his right. Sometimes you see that in lifters as well.
Sure. So 1 lift left to go in the second round. And here comes Mo. His personal best is 322.5. This is 310. He's trailing Jurin's by a couple of GL points on projected openers, but as you say, he does take those big jumps on deadlift. Yeah.
Trying to get himself psyched up.
310 kilos on the bar. Nice. But that was a bit of a tough...
Little bit tough for him out the hole. I think in his training he was squatting around the low 3s. I don't know whether there's been a problem, or I know he's had some knee issues in the past where that's been flaring up again, just holding his squat back a little bit. But we'll see what he loads up for his third. The ginormous human being.
Conservative. Maybe 5, maybe 7.5.
Maybe 7.5, yeah.
Big jump.
I think he's got to think as well, if he wants to push those deadlifts. If he's got something going on with his knee, he don't want to aggravate it too much with a sumo puller.
And you really want to lean into your strengths there.
Exactly.
So maybe save a little bit.
It's not worth losing 2.5 or 5 on a squat when you can lose 25 or 30 on a deadlift.
So we have the third round of squats coming up now. We have Valentin Fluchard is going to come out for 222.5, and his second was tough. He's only gone up 2.5, the minimum you can go up.
You surprised he's coming out?
I don't know. Maybe I probably would.
Yeah.
I probably would.
Yeah.
If I wasn't injured or having a difficulty, I'd probably try and just push another 2.5 kilos up.
A lot of the French lifters can grind as well. Look at Panna, for example.
Yeah. There we go, 222.5 on the bar. And do you know what? That looked
That moved a hell of a lot better, didn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely did.
I wonder if he just misgrouped his second a little bit.
Maybe so. But it's a difficult thing, isn't it? Because not only have you got to do the lift, you've got to convince your coach of what you're capable of for the next one.
Exactly.
Next out, we have Clément Goudin, 257.5. He's gone up 7.5 kilos.
So it's 2.5 above his nominated squat. I think just below his personal best, around 260.
Also in 257.5 kilos, Clément Goudin.
Did the ref ask him to take that back in, or did
I didn't see the ref ask him to take it back in.
was he?
That doesn't mean that it didn't happen, but I didn't see that. He just...
I don't know if he held his back a little bit as he walked off just after the unwrap. No, I think he asked him to take it back in.
Yeah. It's a sensible thing to do if you don't do it. I hurt my hip recently on a squat, and I walked out the next squat and I just thought,
It's not worth it, is it?
I'm
No,
not doing it. No.
not worth
So
it.
I understand that,
Yeah,
standing there going,
100%.
no, I'm putting this back.
He's still got a whole meet ahead of him as well. Still got a bench, still got a deadlift.
So here's Thomas Bliski, 257.5. He's gone up quite a conservative 5.
Looks like it'll be a new PB for him. Definitely looks ready for it. Look good.
Yeah, looks
Probably
like he had a bit more
Yeah,
left
looked
there,
like a
so, yeah.
second. Moved better than his second, actually.
But you know, much better to say I wish I'd put more on than I wish I'd
yeah.
put less on.
Better getting an extra 5 than losing 7.
Yeah.
So next up is Pariso, who had the bar come off his back, but he's got up 2.5 kilo.
That's an odd choice, and it'd be interesting to see his position now. He's going to have to be upright to get start command. But we don't want to see our spotters put in danger again. They're there to keep the lifter safe, but they don't expect to have 200 plus kilos thrown at them. So here's Guillaume Pariso. That wide stance, he's still as low on his back.
Got that start command.
And he's got some
Good
grind,
grind.
isn't he? Yeah.
Depth looked good for me.
Yeah, I think depth was fine.
The right choice going up 2.5.
So I think that was to stay in touch, really, because he's in projected third place at the moment, with several lifters still to do their final squat. And speaking of lifters still to do the final squat, here comes Dylan Nelson. He is going for the world record. Taylor Atwood's world record in squat. However, he is not waiting in the wings. So
unless he's out the back getting hyped up.
He's going to fire out onto the platform like he's been shot from a rocket. Or
we've got Dan Clark standing there, one of the... I don't think he's going to be coming out.
Not coming out.
No. I think it's more of a crowd teaser, that one.
I think so, but in a small group it is considered to be courteous to not scratch, to put an attempt in so that we run the squat, otherwise people have less time to prepare. It's a group of 10, so really you only get 10 minutes between attempts. So if someone scratches their attempt, that means that everyone's got less time to recover. More important in the equipped, because you'd have to time when you're putting the wraps on really carefully. So if suddenly someone's not taking their attempt and you've only got your wraps half on, you're in real trouble.
10 seconds, he's definitely not coming out now.
So with the clock counting down now, Dylan Nelson has not come out for 283.5. To be fair, I don't think he had it in him today. The 271 looked tough.
But we have got Christian coming out with 10 kilo above what he'd done at the A7 comp, I believe. So I think this will be a new PB for him.
So Christian is in the 93s. And this is 285.
I believe he needs the total for GB selection this year at this comp.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he needs to get the A total to be considered for selection. So that's probably why he's pushing himself a little bit more and made that weight, even though the comp's on GL points.
Well, the weight hasn't troubled him so far, but this is a chunky jump for your third.
I'm sure it's going to move exactly the same as the second. Confident walkout. Lovely squat.
You've got to wonder what he could do if he actually tried.
Oh,
no.
2 to 1.
Oh, let's see that back from the side, hopefully. Yeah, we're not getting a great view of depth from the side.
No,
Yeah,
coach is going straight over to the jury, so...
But, you know, if both the side referees called it on depth, then I don't think they've really got a case. So that was no lift for Christian Ayudokun. Leaves him with the best of 270?
Yeah, 270. I think the coach is still talking to the jury about that call, as it was 2 to 1. So you can go up to the jury and contest the lift if it is 2 to 1.
Next out we have Adam Fulat. He has gone up 5 kilos to 290.
I think they've waved away the coach for Christian, so
Yeah,
I think that'll stand.
Yeah, I think so. So here's Adam with 290. Well judged third, I think.
Yeah, 100%. 3 white lights. And a new personal best for Adam as well. So Christian failing that third squat on depth. Where does that put him on GL rankings at the moment?
6th. But that's projected all the way to the end of the competition, so we've got a long way to go.
And his deadlift open is 302.5, which is going to be very easy for him.
Yeah. We're going to see some big deadlifts today, looking at those openers. But in the meantime, we have Raconde Fonfal from France for 302.5. He missed his opener on depth, went up to 297.5, managed to sink that. So let's see what he does with a little bit more weight on his back. Current best is 292.5, so he's already got a personal best.
He looks fired up for it.
He does.
What are you like as a third attempt lifter? You get fired up?
No, I'm not a height lifter.
No, no, nor am I.
That's why my tag on Instagram is Stoneface. It's not entertaining. I like the hype lifters. I think they're great.
It's
but
good, isn't it?
It's just not me. Here we go. He was nervous of it, but he did sink it.
Two to one again. It's going to be depth. It's interesting because that side he got depth on this time was different to the first attempt.
The red card is always for depth on squat, and I don't think we're getting a replay for that from the side, so that was no lift for him.
I don't think the French team are going to go contest it either. I think they're taking it for what it is.
So this is Turin. This is he in the 83s today? This is a British record.
6.5 above his current British record, which is 295.5.
Oh, I can't see it. Oh no, there he is. I was still looking at the side for him.
I think judging by his 292.5, this is going to move fine.
Yeah, and he looks pretty focused. He looks quite calm.
He looks confident.
This is only half a kilo below the European record. Now I'm going to wait for the referee's call on that one.
Hard for us to tell depth-wise from here. 3 reds.
No, just slightly high. It did look higher than his previous ones. We're not really getting a great view of depth from there. But if you get 3 red cards, then you're pretty sure it wasn't good enough.
We can't contest that one either. Which is going to be interesting for the GL point rankings now. Christian and Duran's both feigning their thirds on depth.
Yeah, so Mo is the last lifter to come out to squat, and he has asked for 320. This is not enough to get him past on projected openers on GL points, but it closes that gap significantly. Now, we thought that Mo's second looked reasonably hard. We appear to have Eddie Hall on the platform at the moment.
I do believe we've got a special guest on the platform.
But I hope he gets out of Mo's way, because Mo's coming out to squat right now.
That's a way to say good luck, isn't it, before your third squat? Eddie Hall fist bumping you.
So here comes Mo, 320 kilos on the bar.
320 kilos.
Using the 105, so this is a fair way off the British record.
Still held by Josh Greenfield, is that right?
It is. This is only 2.5 kilos off his very best. Up, 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 up. No, just a
too
bit
much today.
too much. That's a shame. We did think after his second, maybe 5 or 7.5 would have been the smart move, but it's easy to be wise after the event, isn't it?
And
it was
money on the line today, isn't there? So everyone's pushing themselves a little bit.
Absolutely. So I think we're still in a position now where Mo and Durins are going to be head-to-head at the end of the competition. We're going to take a 20-minute break now. Join us back here for bench. Or the conversation. We saw some fantastic squatting in the first round, and I'm sure we'll see some great benching as we go through the competition now. With 20 seconds to go, we have Valentin Frouchard coming out first. He got all 3 of his squats in. He ended up with 222.5.
5, 4.
Here he comes for his opening bench of 142.5. Benching today on the Rogue combo rack. We have all Rogue equipment on the stage today. The competition is sponsored by them. Nice opening bench there for Valentin Frouchard.
This Rogue combo rack's a bit different from the first one they made, if I'm thinking right. The pad was a bit thicker on the old one.
Yeah, so this one is within spec, and it isn't the fat pad, it is an IPF spec pad. Quite a big chunky rack we have there. Next out we have Dylan Nelson. He took the European squat record with his second attempt, didn't come out for his third. Not the biggest bencher in the world.
He is opening on his nominated bench at 150. So I don't know, the training must be going. I think I saw him doubling 157 in training.
Yeah, he's had 160 in competition before.
Being coached and handled by Alex Pearson-Jones, one of the GB coaches for the junior team. Move well enough.
There for Dylan.
Good leg, 3 white lights for Dylan Nelson at 150. 157.5 mile out.
Thomas Chapliski, France, for 157.5 is out next.
We can't watch the bench and not talk about the new rules coming in. What do you think of those?
Well, the rules change in sport all the time. For me personally, I liked the big arches. Bench can be a little boring
to
watch as a spectator. So I thought it gave a bit of variety, and the skill it takes to get up into the big arches is superb. But you know, rules change in sport all the time.
Yeah, you have to adapt and move on.
Yeah, so we are out with the big arches now. Well, as of 1st of January. And people will adapt. The no feet on the bench rule gives me more trouble, to be honest. I really struggle in a shirt to get set up without my feet on the bench.
Do you think I'll be more equipped that I'll be affected by that than raw?
Well, I think it's more people like me that are old and inflexible and heavy that struggle a little bit with their setup. But here we have Tsapliski for 157.5. And that was nice and easy. From a refereeing perspective, refereeing bench is already the hardest game. You're looking at so many things. You're looking at the feet, the butt, the shoulders, the grip, everything. So it's just another thing to look at. And we're also not clear yet whether or not you get a start command if you don't hit depth.
Yeah, so it's going to be...
we just need a little bit of clarification, and we just need that rule to shake down a little bit as we start to use it.
It's probably me one of those for the head ref that's going to have to watch that as well for the elbow depth, because I don't know how, if you're aside on where the refs are sitting here, you're not going to be able to see it at all, are you?
Just like you can't see the head, that's one that the jury gets involved in a lot. We have Jurins Kangamu out for 165. Now, he put his opener up. His initial opener was 160. He's gone up 5 kilos, so he must be feeling good today.
I think Jurins has been doing doubles and triples of 170, so we expect this to move quite quick.
Yeah, he hit 172.5 at the Worlds in South Africa. So this should be nice and easy.
Just clip the rack on the way up, but
Yeah, clipping the rack's not a failure. There's a failure built in that if you slide up the racks in a way that gives you an advantage, that's a fail. But just clipping the J-hook as you go up is not an issue. It's a good lift for Germans. Next out we have Guillaume Parisot, France, for 167.5. His personal best is 182. He should be well within him. Another opener on the board there. As you see for most of the lifters that are benching today, the depth rule won't affect too many people. I know there's a lot of panic about it. The whole of IPF world went out and filmed themselves in front of the bench.
that's all you saw on Instagram for about 2 weeks.
Here's Clément Goudin, France, for 172.5. Current best is 190.
Fair bit below his best then.
A little bit slow.
Still
Never in any doubt though. Christian Ayodokun from GB is out next for 180.
I think we'll be seeing some big jumps from Christian on bench. He usually jumps about 7.5 to 10.
Right, his current best is 192.5. He got that at the recent A7 Fit Expo, but he's been benching 190 in competition for a while. All year anyway.
Trained with Christian a few times as well, and his bench always around the 190 mark moves the same. It moves it pretty easy.
The weight gave him no trouble at all there, but he got a blue card from the centre referee, I think for lockout. And if you're looking from the side there, his lockout doesn't look brilliant. But the side referees were happy, and 2-1 is good enough.
What do you think it was, the elbows?
I do.
Yeah, I'm sure we can fix that next time.
Well, he got the lift, that's all that matters. We have Adam Fulat coming out next for 182.5. There's another 190 bencher.
190 seems to be the new 170 in bench nowadays.
Nice and strong.
Moved really well.
So
All very technical benches in this class, similar sort of setup.
I I think you have to be really on bench. The squat, you can kind of give it a load of welly, and deadlifts as well, you can just run out for it and pull as hard as you can. But bench is quite a precise sport. Parkende for foul for 185. He struggled a little bit on squat. I think he only got one squat in. He certainly missed his opener.
Got his second with 292. No, 297, sorry.
Yeah, 297. So here we go, 185 on the bar. Got the start command with just a couple of seconds to go. But that was a strong press.
Got 2 reds, 2 blues.
It certainly didn't go up and down, so that must be for lockout. We try and watch that back again. Yeah, there's certainly no up and down, so the central side referee must have been unhappy with the lockout.
I don't know if it was at the start then. I don't know if you saw that. He had soft elbow, locked it, then soft again, then went down. I don't know whether they...
I didn't spot it, to be honest.
No. I'll have to have a look on his second.
Well, here's Mo for 190. Took a cheeky bronze medal for his bench, which is unusual for a deadlifter at the World Championships. Current best is 202.5.
Mo's bench has blown up in the last few years. I remember out benching him by at least 10 kilo, and now he's out benching me.
Wow, that's strong.
That moved well. What are you thinking? 7.5 jump?
Yeah, I think that'd be about right. And give him a bit of room to play on his third. So we're through to the second round of bench press now, and Valentin Frochard is going to come out for 150.
So this looks like it's going to be 2.5 above his nominated bench. So possible PB for him on his second attempt.
Yeah, I have his best bench is 147.5. So, yeah, as you say, already into PB territory. And it kind of looked it a little bit. That didn't look super easy.
Similar to his squat though, wasn't it? Second, bit slow, and then his third, he actually smashed it out of the park.
So you might put 5 kilos on that and make it look easier.
3 was wrong again.
Dylan Nelson's out next for 155.
You don't see too many lifters getting overly hyped up for the bench press.
Well, I said this at the World Championships just before Mo came out roaring for his third bench.
Mo loves the hype though.
He does.
Loves it.
So does Dylan though, to be fair. But here's Dylan for 155. He took the European squat record earlier today. Oh, that's a surprise. I wasn't expecting to see him struggle with that. he always does have to cut into his weight class, and I think if anything's going to be affected, bench would be affected the
absolutely.
most. That was no lift for Dylan Nelson. Thomas Sapliski out next. He's gone up 7.5 to 165. This will be a small PB.
Have you used this rogue bench? Have you used the rogue bench?
I haven't.
No?
No.
Went in the warm-up room yesterday to sort of feel what it's like. It's quite very sturdy for how thick it is.
It is massive. And when you look at it there, it's absolutely huge. Nice. That's a new PB for Sapliski.
If only every PB moved like that.
Jones has only added 5 kilos to his opener. He's coming out for 170 next.
Two and a half below his best. His training was looking quite well for bench. He's hit this for doubles, triples. It's always different on comp day though, isn't he? You have to take what's there on the day.
Yeah, and even if you train with pauses, it's different when there's a referee calling it. And sometimes you have to hold for longer because the side referees don't put their arms down. Nice.
Looks strong. 2 to 1, got 1 red.
So he got a yellow card failure. Yellow card is for everything else, essentially. So it could be for butt lift, feet, foot movement. But I didn't see the infraction on the replay, but it was from the opposite side that we were looking at.
The only thing I saw was when he paused it, brought it down, his hand open on that left side a little bit. Maybe possibly
maybe
that.
So. Kian Parisot for 175.
Big support for the French in the crowd today. You can hear them shouting out.
Yeah, Team France is here in force. So the centre referee is just explaining to him he has to have his hands within the rings. But he needs to get on with it now, he's short of time. Gets the start command with 2 seconds to go. And that was a tough one.
Did well then. They could throw a lot of people off.
Well, we know that Mo has still to do his second bench, but that's moved Parisot up to second place on projected
That's
totals.
going to be
So that's interesting.
that might be an upset.
So Mo's going to have to be nailing every lift to stay ahead. We have Clement Goudin on the platform right now for 180.
Good grind.
That was a tough second attempt. He's looking quite uncomfortable though.
Do you think that's
isn't
from
he?
his squat when he walked off?
Maybe so. It was a good lift though.
get ready.
So here we go. Christian taking that 10 kilo jump like I thought he would.
Christian Eindhoven for 190. As you say, 10 kilos up. It's quite tightly packed now. This will move him up a couple of places, from 7th to 5th. And I'd normally say, of course, the big deadlifters have got all the power, but we've got a few big deadlifters in the pack today.
You'd think the top three, wouldn't you? Durins, Mo, Christian, all up there.
Very controlled, very nice.
Move better than his opener.
That's a good lift. 3 white lights, and go for 190 remains. And Fulat.
Another 5 or 7.5 of that.
And Suleiman, get ready. Last 3 lifts in round 2.
So 190 now for Adam Fulat. He's sitting in 4th. The rankings as we have them right now, obviously a long way to go in the competition, but Kingamu is ahead of Paris-So, ahead of Suleiman, ahead of Fulat, ahead of Eindhoven. So it's a tightly packed field. There's only fractions of a GL point between 2nd and 3rd, 3rd and 4th, 4th and 5th. So this is going to be about who's getting all their lifts in. Yeah, probably 2.5, 5 kilos left in the tank now.
3 white lights and a good lift.
Is that his nominated bench 190?
I'm not sure.
Is 190 kilos, very popular weight this morning. But
Yeah, I think it was. So a match PB on his second.
Yeah, that matched the best he's done. It's difficult with nominations because quite often a nomination goes in and then they do a competition, so the nominated totals aren't always quite up to date with the current PBs. We have Reckendee Forfal having a little bit of a difficult time. Missed his opener, we think, on lockout.
Gone up 5 kilos, similar to his squat. They're sort of taking the same tactics there.
You've got to be brave though. I mean, I've done it myself, missed my opener and gone up to stay in the competition, but it is risky. No, he's not getting the start command and we are counting down. He finally got it.
Moves well enough.
Yep, there's no way we can see a lockout from that angle, so we're relying on the referees, but that is a good lift. And it's paid off for him again, going up. And here comes Abdulmajid Suleiman, Mo.
He looks ready for it.
He always looks absolutely in his element on the platform. Sitting in third, this will move him back ahead of Paris-So. We thought this would be a two-horse race, but it looks like it's going to be tighter than that through the pack. Lovely.
Just as good as his opener. He's ready for it. He is hyped.
So PB attempt, we think? You think 205?
Yeah, 205,
yeah, 205
definitely.
That's what I'd be putting in.
Even that, I think it will still move the same.
So, third round of bench. Valentin Fleuchard with 155, leading us out.
He jumped up 5 then from his second, which is a bit slow, similar to his squat.
Yeah, I find that surprising. I think this is a little bit ambitious. But he surprised us with his squat, so maybe he'll do it again with his bench.
75 kilos, push-up, press.
No, that was just too heavy, I think. Leaves him with the best bench of 150.
By his limit, 455 kilos, Dylan Nelson, Great Britain.
Here comes Dylan Nelson. He missed 155 on his second. He's going to have another try at it now.
Where the prize money is decided.
He's got a lot of support in the crowd today.
Well, he's got further with it. He's got it all the way to the top.
Let's see how that looks.
No, he got a blue
2-1.
card. I think it actually dipped on the way up. If we watch the replay. Yeah, there it was.
See it there.
The bar has to travel to lockout in a straight movement and not go up and down. So that's a shame for Dylan. It was a moral victory, but not a technical one. Zabliski, 170.
170 kilos for Zabliski of France.
Lovely third attempt.
Yeah, he might have squeezed another 2.5 out of that.
So Durin's has taken a bigger jump for his third from the second than he did
That's
second and
unusual.
first. Yeah.
I mean, but sometimes you find that, we talked about convincing the coach earlier, and sometimes if your opener's a little bit slow, the coach as well, you know, we'll take a conservative one. And then if you convince him on his second,
Yeah.
still, it is unusual. 5 kilo PB. I wonder if I might have been, as the coach here, I think every fraction of a GL point is going to count. I might have been a bit conservative, gone for 175, just to be sure.
He's still two points ahead.
He is,
Yeah,
he
with
is.
Mo.
But we know that Mo's going to take big jumps on his deadlift.
He got it.
Well, it's paid off for him. 177.5 for James King Amu. That's pushing his lead ever forward. So we have Guillaume Paiso. He's added 5 kilos. This is 180. Sitting in second, he's about 0.7 of a point behind Mo, and maybe 1.5 points ahead of Fulat.
So coming with a nominated GL of 101. He's sitting at 10. So he's already above that. Yeah.
Well, he hasn't got his deadlift in yet, but we're projecting ahead on nominated openers. And it's a great effort, but it's not quite there today. Clement Goudin has gone up 2.5 to 182.5.
Looks like this will be 5 below his best of all time at 187.
The clock's ticking, I'm not seeing him. So maybe he's running out the clock here. No, it looks like he's not coming out. Quite possibly, looking at the 2.5 kilo increase on there, quite possibly he didn't put a third attempt in.
Scratched it, let a time out, benefit the other lifters.
Yeah, well, if you scratch, you're telling the table that you're not coming out. But if you just leave it and you don't say anything, the rule is that they put 2.5 kilos on and they put the attempt in for you. So we're just letting the clock run down for him. And it will be Adam Fulat out next, coming out for 192.5.
So I believe this is what he missed at the World Championships this year in South Africa.
Yeah, he got 187.5, so he's already improved on that with the 190. I think his second looked good for this.
Possibly even more, but
he's really in the fight here. He's in the fight for the podium, so he's going to want to squeeze every kilo he can. Bang on 93 today, 93 kilos body weight. And that is the very definition of not quite there today.
I think that's the problem when you sink it, when you go off the chest, you have that little bit of instability to press through, and then the slight misgroove, especially at these sort of weights as well. You're gonna a little elbow out of line.
But you know what? He didn't leave anything behind. He got 190. He missed 192, so that there was nothing left on the table there. And we have Rakinde Fofal coming out now for the same weight, 192.5. I think he's had a little bit of difficulty with lockout. It took a while to get the start command. The side referees did not put their arms down. The side referees have their arms in the air until they're happy with the setup. Feet must be on the floor, butt must be on the bench, head down, all the rest of it. And until they put their arms down, the centre referee will not give the start command. And again, 3 seconds to go. He gets the command. Do you know what? He had a great try at that, but I think he pushed it the wrong way. It looked like it went straight up instead of coming back.
You can see it from here. He's pushing it up, and then the bum started to come up as well. The legs were shaking.
So if you watch that back.
195 kilos, Christian Arnold from Great Britain. He'll be followed only by Mo Salah.
Yeah, it just goes straight up. Usually the bar path moves towards the shoulders, which is where the strength is. So Christian Ayandokun for 195. He's having a great day.
195 kilos, Christian Anecdotal, Great Britain.
So I think this will be a competition PB for Christian for his bench. I'm sure he'll move just as quick as his second.
Yeah, he did 192.5 in Liverpool a couple of months ago. No, he missed his third squat, didn't he? I was thinking he was 5 for 5 right now, but he missed his third squat. Still, he's looking strong. Oh, it stopped for a minute, but I don't think
it went down.
It dipped.
Oh, referees think otherwise.
The referees think it did. Let's watch that back. Yeah, from that angle it was clear that it did dip. That's a shame. It was a strong press. One bench press left.
So Mo's gone 207.5. We thought he might go 205, but
yeah, this is 5 kilos more than he took the bench bronze with at the World Championships.
This is a huge bench press for a deadlift specialist as well.
He's asking for the support of the crowd and he's receiving it. He's a great showman, which will really come out once we get into deadlift. Now he's looking a little bit unstable under the bar there.
What a bench.
Wow.
Look how far that bar has to travel as well.
That was fantastic. And that closes the gap a little bit to Durins and moves him ahead of Paiso. So it's going to be all to play for. We leave the bench press with the projected GL points with Kengame on 106.5, Suleiman on 104.5, Paiso on 102.8 with Falat just coming up, bringing up the rear with 101.38. So, as it should be, it's all going to come down to deadlifts.
Yes, exactly. And Christian's sitting at 6th as well. We're not even on 100 yet. So knowing what his deadlift's like, if he jumps up another 40 kilo, then that could be interesting to see who's going to battle on for the third for podium or even second.
Absolutely. You won't want to miss it. Join us in 19 minutes.
Just over 2 minutes to lift off. One and a half minutes.
Welcome back to the Arnold Sports Festival. We are live from Birmingham, UK. We're into day 2. This is the first session of the day. And we have the classic powerlifting men. This is a brilliant squatting and benches so far, but this is going to be the highlight of the session. We have some phenomenal deadlifters coming up.
We're going to see some big jumps on deadlifts as well, and I think that's definitely going to move the rankings around, especially with Durans and Mo together. And then you've also got Christian sitting in 6th at the moment.
Well, I can see that Mo's put his opener up to 330, which is a phenomenal opening deadlift.
He did say to me yesterday he wants something around that 380 mark, so we'll have to wait and see after his 372.5 at Worlds this year.
So we are just counting down the last few seconds, and we will get underway with Valentin Frouchard from France with 217 and a half.
Bar is loaded. 217.5 kilos. Valentin Frouchard, France. We have Nelson and Gunnar. This is where we find out who goes over 2,000 euros.
So here he comes with his opening attempt of 217 and a half.
Sumo puller very quick off the floor. 3 white lights.
That's a good start to the session.
Good man, good man. 3 white lights. Next round, last 250 kilos. Dylan Nelson, Great Britain. Gunnar on half field, get ready.
Next out we have Dylan Nelson for 250. Of course we know Dylan as a big squatter, but his deadlift has been moving as well.
A little bit of a mishap in the bench, failing his second and third with 155. So I'm sure he can be.
Yeah, it was a shame for the third bench as well, because he got it to lock out, but he had a technical fail there.
Determined to claw it back on the deadlift.
Reasonably calm for his opener. You need to conserve that emotional energy as you go through the competition.
Dylan has a very interesting grip.
Yeah,
on the
right
smooth.
on the smooth part. Well, that was a good lift. He's on the board. It's a very narrow grip.
Usually you'd see half on the smooth, maybe half on the knurling or full on the knurling, but you don't see too many gripping just the smooth. Obviously doesn't bother him though.
I'm just trying to think if I've seen him lose grip. I think I have actually. So here comes Clément Goudin for 270.
So Clément was who we suspected might have hurt himself a little bit on his squat. So see whether this impacts his deadlift at all. Clearly not.
Oh, that looked nice and easy. Interesting, he got a yellow card from one of the side referees. I cannot imagine what that would be unless the side ref thought he beat the command. I can't actually hear the ref's commands from where I am,
No,
so
it's too loud in here.
yeah. Now we have Panna waiting to send out Rekende for foul. for 219. Panna was too injured to lift, but he has still come out with the team to coach. Using up quite a lot of his platform time, but at least on deadlift you don't have a start command. Now that looked like a tough lockout to me for an opener.
He's had some issues, hasn't he, with his squat and his bench openers.
He has, but he's got his deadlift opener on the board, so...
He seems to like running down the clock, doesn't he?
He does. I think it's less risky on deadlift than on the other lifts, because you just need to start the pull. No one needs to be happy with your start position. Adam Fuller out next for 295. Now here we have one of the contenders trying to push up onto the platform, onto the podium.
Adam's a very efficient sumo deadlifter.
Yep. I can absolutely see what you mean there. Jorins Kengamo out next, the man in the lead. One of the top 3 ranked powerlifters, raw powerlifters in the UK. Silver medalist at the World Championships.
The iconic setup from Jorins here, eyeing up that bar.
Nice. That was fast.
Very fast opener. We're thinking 20 kilo.
I don't think I can call this, because it is all going to come down to deadlifts. But that was super fast. I'd say 20 kilos is well within it. Thomas Sabliski from France next for 295. He's gone up 2.5 kilos from his stated opener. Must have been feeling good in warm-up. Now he's sitting in 5th place, but he's not far behind 4th. And he's put a marker down there, I think. Next out, we have Guillaume Pariso. He's sitting in 3rd right now. He's fending off Bulat while trying to catch Suleiman. So it's often a difficult position to be in, because you're not just chasing the person ahead, you're defending against the person that's trying to come past.
The 2 below him aren't too far away, are they? Was it 1 GL point between it at the moment, 3rd? Yeah,
that's all there is. So I think Suleiman and Kengamo are pulling away for 1st and 2nd, but I think that 3rd place is still up for grabs. So here is 300 kilos on the bar for Pariso, France. Ooh, not super easy through the transition point.
Let go a bit at the bottom there? No, 3 whites.
So those sumo deadlifts can sometimes be 2-part lifts. You get to the knees and then you do that 2nd part to lock out. But I think that transition looked a tough for an opener.
I wasn't sure as he put the bar down, it just come out of his hand a little bit just before he touched the floor. It might have been the bounce. Yeah.
So here we go now. We have Christian Ayandokun opening with 302.5.
This is well below his best of 345. 347 either. Very quick.
So we have one more opener to go. As Durins, you can see there, here's Mo just coming into view and looking like king of the world. He always looks so in his element when he comes out to deadlift.
Great Britain. Come on, Mo. What do you got?
He's a showman, isn't he?
It really is.
Loves it.
He loves it and the crowd loves him for it. $330 kilos on the bar. Easy work.
He wants more. He's asking for more.
So, everyone's on the board. Everyone got that opening deadlift. We can start to see how this shakes down. There is 1.4 points between Suleiman and Kengama, but we think Mo can take bigger jumps.
Yeah, definitely. So Durin's gone up to 317 for his next one. So
that's a big jump,
yeah.
I'd say, for Durins.
Yeah, big jump. We thought around 20, didn't we? So it's just over that. So it depends on what Mo's going to put in for his second.
I wouldn't be surprised at 360.
No, I wouldn't either. Even 365. If he wants to pull that 380 today, he's going to have to take some big jumps here. And that definitely moves.
But we have the second round underway with Valentin Clochard for 227. He's gone up 10. And we're both keeping one eye on the score sheet, waiting to see what Mo puts in for his second. Yeah, nice second attempt there.
3 white lights and we're looking at the Clochard at 227.5. Next weight on the bar is 2.
And that was a good lift, so 227.5 for Clochard. I'm just a little bit distracted.
367.5.
367.5's gone in for Mo. Wow.
So 5 kilo below what he done at Worlds.
That is a big pull. We've got a few deadlifts to see before he comes out for that. And Dylan Nelson's gone up 20 to 270 kilos.
Don't know if you've noticed, Durins has been sat down there every single time between his lifts. Just sat in that chair, just watching.
Yeah.
Just keeping an eye.
Now this will actually move Dylan up to 4th place, bearing in mind that he's one of the first people to put his second deadlift in. 10 kilos below his best. It's a tough one. 2-1, he's got it. I wasn't prepared to give a verdict before I saw the ref verdict there. He got one red card failure for lockout.
It's on that right side, I think, isn't it? It looks not too bad on the replay.
Yeah, I think it just seemed a little bit fragile, but he got it 2-1 and moves him up to 4-4
big
now.
crowd here for the deadlifts today.
And we have Clément Goudin from France for 287.5, gone up 17.5. Still 5 kilos below his best.
Just as nice as his opener.
So next out, Marc-André Forfal from France for 300.
Hasn't had the easiest of days so far, has he?
He isn't, but he's still out and he's still fighting, and that's the important thing.
He looks fired up for it.
Tough lockout, but I think he got it all the way.
3 white lights and a good bit to start field. 3:05 on the line out. Thomas Zabriskie, France, Kulak and Presto, get ready.
Who's out next? Thomas Zabriskie, France. He's gone up 10, 3:05. This will be a 5 kilo personal best for him.
5 kilos, Thomas Zabriskie, France.
Nice.
Very nice sumo.
3 white lights and a good bit.
So a sumo is where you have your feet outside your hands. Conventional deadlift has the feet inside the hands. Both perfectly legal.
Ready.
Adam Fulat next, 312.5.
Bars loaded. 312.5 kilos.
5 kilos below his best.
Opener moved well enough.
Yeah, this will get him onto the podium temporarily at least. So he needs to do his job, move himself up, and then it's up to everyone else to come past him. And still looks reasonably comfortable.
I think it got away from just a little bit off the floor, but he recovered it well. Yeah, just down in front of his body, but he still shifted it back quite nicely.
Guillaume Parisot, France for 3:15. Quite a conservative jump, really, and he's going to have to really press ahead because this will put him back into 3rd place, but it's a fraction of a point ahead of Fulat.
Look good to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much more. Maybe only another 5 in the
5
tank.
or 7,
though, yeah.
that push. I'm sure he'll put in what he needs to for podium if it comes
Well, I'm
down
sure
to that.
it's,
Yeah,
it's absolutely worth trying for.
I've seen Christian's jump 30 kilo from his opener to his second.
Wow.
So that deadlift battle is definitely coming.
So there's a lot on the line here. So the first prize is €3,000. Second prize is €1,500. Third prize is 1,000. So here we go, Durin's Kangaroo, front runner. He's been in the lead from the very start. Can he keep it?
Bars loaded. 317.5 kilos. Durin's Kangaroo, Great Britain.
3, 1.5
Sizing up the bar. It's just below his best at 320.
A little bit tough off the floor. Seems to just be a little bit off balance there.
3 white lights, now a good lift. 332.5 on the bar now. 3 Christian and Douglas and Richard.
So that gives him, he's just shy of 110 GL points. The GL points are a formula that try to cancel out the differences between body weights. So obviously a smaller lifter will lift a lot less than a bigger lifter, so this is kind of like a power to weight ratio.
332.5 kilos, Christian and Douglas.
And here comes Christian Irondoken for 332.5. So moving from 7th to 5th.
That looked comfortable.
So you know him pretty well. What do you think? Where do you think he'll go from there?
So knowing what he deadlifts like before and the 347 he done back at the A7 competition a few months ago, I think he's probably going to be looking for around 350. I think he'll go 350. But then likewise, if he needs to put anything in to get second and third, he'll definitely go for that.
Now, this is a key lift in the competition. 367.5 kilos for Mo Suleiman, and this will put him in first place.
This is a huge second attempt. Mo doubled 360 in training, so we can be sure this is going to move well.
And this is a smart move, going to the second round. Look at that. Absolutely superb. And he looks like he's having the time of his life.
Paul for the win. We're going to see it.
So this is really smart. Get ahead in the second round. So you're trying to then force the other lifter to try for a lift they can't do, and then you've already won.
I'd say Mo's second probably looked a little bit better than Durin's. So it's going to come down to...
I think he's got a bit more left, absolutely. So, nevertheless, all to play for. And we are now moving into the sharp end of the competition, the third round of deadlift. Might see a little bit of game playing here. We've seen that Mo's put in 380, which would be the British record.
380 is definitely well within his grasp. But obviously, if he doesn't need that, then he doesn't need it, and he'll drop it down to what he's needed. But it all depends on how Durin's does with 327 for his third.
So we have Valentin Fouchard now for 235. .380 would be the second biggest deadlift ever done in British powerlifting. Raw. And that's
well fought.
Tough one for Fouchard. Oh, 2-1, he's got it. One blue card for supporting, but 2-1 is good enough. So, next out, we have Dylan Nelson. He's only gone up 2.5. I think that's fair. He may not even come out for it. His second was super hard. No, we can't see him in the wings. Dylan is not coming out. So we're running down the clock now. He's giving his competitors time to recover. So we've just got time to do a quick rundown of where we are. We've got Abdul Suleiman ahead now on 109.75. Kingama right behind with 109.63. Pahiso 104.8. So realistically, he's not going to catch the first two. And then we have Iron Doken on 103.8. So we think he's got the potential to take the last spot on the podium.
So interestingly, he's only gone up to 340 for his third, but obviously if Parisu then pulls 320 for his third, I'm going to guess Christian will bump up what he needs to for that.
Yeah, this isn't about doing your best work on the platform or getting PBs. This is about winning.
Yeah, winning.
This is about
and there's cash on the prize.
It is a cash prize. It's worth €1,000 to him today. So no messing about, no worrying about what your PB is. Get the money.
Yeah, exactly.
So Dylan Nelson timed out there. That leaves Dylan with a best deadlift of 270 and a 691 total. And next out we have Clément Goudin. Just looking down the field, we've only got 1.2 GL points between third, fourth and fifth. So that third place spot is not settled by a long chalk. But here's Clément Goudin, 300. got it moving. Can he lock it out?
Well
I
fought.
think he can. Giving him a 7:30 total in the 93 kilo class.
So interestingly enough as well, Pariso still a junior, is that right?
Let's just have a quick look. I've got him at 22 this year, around 22, so yeah, I think so.
It's not bad coming third as a junior.
Absolutely. Next out, Arnold from France. He's gone up 5 kilos to 305.
Taking his time, running that clock down.
No, fast off the floor like many conventional deadlifts are, but couldn't get it past his knees. Gives him a 787.5 kilo total. 97.85 GL points. Thomas Zabliski looking fired up as he waits in the wings to come out. Looking for 312.5. Won't be enough to move him up. Can't improve on 6th. Just a bit too heavy today. Leaves him with 102.1 GL points. So we have one of the front runners out next. Guillaume Pariso for 320.
So this is where it's going to get interesting. Pariso pulls us 320. I'm sure we're going to see some changes now from Christian, who's got 340 in currently.
So I think they've been realistic. The first and second places are out of reach. This is about defending third. He's sitting in third. He's going to add a little bit to his total, to his GL points, and make everyone fight to come past. As in the IPF rules, the bar is clean between each of the third attempts on deadlift. Gives everyone the best chance of making their pull.
So we've just seen that Jurins has dropped his third deadlift from 327, 322.
He still has a change in hand though, so I think they're going to be, I think a lot depends on what Pariso does here. And I think this is a smart move. 5 kilo increase, give him a weight that he can do. Oh, and it was a tough one, but I think he's got it. That right leg looks a little bit... Oh, three white lights. So, game on. He has 105.58 GL points.
So that puts him 1.2 above Christian at the moment and 1.5 above Fulat.
Yep. So, are we going to see... I can see people approaching the Now I'm seeing the coaches hovering around the desk is what I'm seeing. Because you're allowed to put in 2 changes to your deadlift, so there's a lot of strategic element now. But Fulat is coming out for 320. That won't get him on the podium, but that will move him up to 4th.
I think it's probably the right call given how his 312 move.
Yeah, I think maybe they've taken the judgment that it's a little bit out of reach, but move up a position if he can. Will this be a personal best for Adam? Yeah, little PB for him on the platform. Yeah, I think that was the right call.
Yeah. You can see at the bottom on Adam's deadlifts when it drifts away a little bit, he does it well to recover it and pull it back in towards himself.
So that moved him ahead of Ayandokan for 4th, with Ayandokan still to pull. 3 deadlifts remain. Here comes Durin's Kangamu for 322.5. This to move ahead, back ahead of Mo. And I think the game here is move ahead, try and force Mo into a deadlift he's going to fail.
Yep. This should be well within Durin's grasp as well. Let's get this 3rd pull.
So we're seeing some smart plays from the coaches. Here we go. Now his knees look a tiny bit soft from this angle. Let's see what the referees say.
2 to 1.
Yep, soft knees. So, controversial. So I'd be amazed if the coaches aren't at the jury table right now.
I can see them over there deliberating. I think
it looked soft to me.
Yeah, from this angle it definitely did.
We are looking up, which is a bit of a difficult angle, but it did look soft to me.
I think Gaston is coming out to...
Gaston is on his feet. So while the bar is being cleaned, there's a little bit of deliberation from the jury. We have a 3-man jury here, and if it's a 2-to-1 decision, the coach can go to the jury and ask for it to be reconsidered. The jury have different angles and they have the replay on their monitor, so they get a little bit of an advantage over the referees. So we'll keep an eye on that, but in the meantime we have Christian Ayandokan coming out for 340. Now this will not put him on the podium, this will only get him 4th. So this to move back ahead of Fulat. I think that was probably the right move.
Yeah,
that looked about on the limit.
3 whites.
Giving him 104.8 and moving him back ahead of Fulat.
And that 800 kilo total.
So that means that Paiso is for sure 3rd place lifter, taking €1,000 prize money, but we still have... Oh no, we don't. No, because jury's missed.
Yeah, so Durin's attempt didn't get overturned. I think the jury waved away the coach.
Yeah, we were watching the jury for a while. There was a little bit of movement, but they rejected the claim. So Abdul has already won. And he's now coming out for 372.5. I think this is is this the weight he got gold with?
This is what he won, got gold with in.
You're right. This was his. This matches the pull he made at the World Championships. We know he can do it. He's done it before. He's already got the €3,000 in his back pocket.
What a deadlift.
Beautiful.
He knows.
2 to 1, and 2 to 1 is good enough. What a dramatic session we've had there. We've had, juries thought he'd come past. He was turned down by the referees. Abdul came out and absolutely smoked his final lift. So that was Suleiman from Kangama from Parisor with Ian Doken in fourth and Fulak in fifth.
I think what changed it was those third squats. Three of the top four all failed on depth and like technical issues. Definitely shifted the nominations around there and the place holding. So Parisor done well to come in third, especially as a junior lifter as well.
Absolutely. So that's been the men's classic powerlifting. My name's Joe Whiteley. I've been here with Lewis Kitely-Smith. Thank you for joining me in the commentary.
It's been a pleasure
today. It's been fantastic. We have the medal ceremony coming up very soon, and the women's classic session will be on at 1:30 p.m. and I hope you'll join us for that. It promises to be an absolute stormer.
The prizes will be presented by Arnold Falstrom, EPF President, and Mr. Gaston Parage, IPF President. So, in third place, from France, Guillaume Parisot. €1,000 for third place. Not bad for a day's work. In silver medal position, taking home €1,500 from Great Britain, Torrance Kengamu! And the winner of the top prize, €3,000. See you in the bar later, yeah? It is Abdul Majid Mo Suleiman! Great Britain. Tell you what, boys, that was an awesome competition. Great to watch. Round of applause for these lifters, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's line them up for the photos, please. Okay, gentlemen, if you could line up at the back of the stage, please. Take your big checks, they're going to look great on the wall of the gym. Give them a round of applause, please, as they follow the TC, or in fact lead him off. Awesome job, gentlemen, and just a reminder that in